Yes, the SEC is still the best conference in college football. Not as dominant as it was in the late 2000s, close to 2010, but still ahead of the ACC and the Big Ten. How can an SEC schedule show up this early in our schedule rankings? MarkRogersTV ranking all the schedules in college football. That means the Power 5 and the major independents. We have made it to the 63rd ranked schedule in the country out of 68 teams. So this is pretty bad. And it belongs to the Mizzou Tigers. How can that be? Well, of course, they play in the SEC Eastern Division. And if you want an explanation to the method, then you've got to watch the introductory video. I'm not going to explain the process each and every video. So just look up College Football Playoff System in my YouTube listings. So for Mizzou, it's pretty simple. Their out-of-conference schedule is deplorable. Okay, they've got the date against Purdue. That's their Power 5 game, and Purdue is rated probably pretty accurately by ESPN's Power Index as the 99th ranked team in the country out of 128. Mizzou takes on Missouri State September 2nd. They've got the date against Purdue. They also have Idaho and Connecticut on the road out of conference. That might be the worst, meaning easiest non-conference slate in the country. That usually is the honor goes to Baylor typically, but the Bears actually stepped up a little bit this year. Okay, Mizzou, got to play somebody, and you probably knew Purdue was going to be just about this awful when you scheduled this game. So it's not like it was scheduled Drew Brees' senior year. All right, other than that, of course, they've got the SEC Eastern Division, so we know who's there, and we know that the East is pretty tough. Not extremely tough, but Georgia coming back, South Carolina's improving, Kentucky improving, so they've got those teams to deal with. They have a closing slate. This is the most difficult stretch of the season for Mizzou by far. They close on November 4th with Florida, Tennessee, both at home, at Vandy, at Arkansas. There are two non-division games in the SEC include, had it right here, Auburn on September 23rd. So that beefs up the schedule considerably there. They also have a date. Why can't I find their other Western Division game? They've got Auburn. And they also have a date against Arkansas. Yes, of course, the closing date, their rival Arkansas on the road. So the Hogs are right now number 36 in the country, according to ESPN, Auburn at number 5. I mentioned that because I actually went through a point system where I took the ESPN Power Index, and let's say you were taking on, Team A was taking on the 10th rated team in the country and the 20th rated team in the country. They would have 30 points. And Team B was taking on the 50th rated team in the country and the 60th rated team in the country. They would have 110. So it'd be 30 versus 110. This would be a much tougher schedule. No, this is not how I rated these teams because I do not put a whole lot of trust in the ESPN Power Index. But it gave me a gauge. I already went through my system and I already ranked the teams. Then I was just curious to see how it would play out if I applied it, that point system. So Mizzou, worst schedule, easiest in the SEC, and of course, they need it. 63rd in the country. Let's discuss and debate, and you gotta like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to me at YouTube if you love college football. If you don't, you've stumbled across the wrong video, unless you really love the state of Missouri and the Show Me State. Let's talk about it. The Mizzou Tigers, scheduling in college football, and the rankings right here on Mark Rogers TV.